Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Fantasy Factor, the show that will be sure to make your fantasy team win this upcoming weekend. I'm former fantasy football champion Seth Prevertil, joined alongside former champion Josh Craig and aspiring football champion Jack Geddes. So, fellas, let's get right into it with our top picks for the week. Jack, Josh, we'll start with you.
All right, so let me start off with Mitch Trubisky this week. I'm really liking him. He's gained a lot of heat in the last weeks. And, Matt, their head coach, they were looking for the guy in that team, and I feel like they have gained it with Mitch Trubisky. The last 4 weeks, he has averaged 34 fantasy points per game. He's ranked second in the NFL with 11 touchdowns, and Trubisky adds a lot of value with his legs as well. In the last 3 games, he's averaged 181 yards, and, now that he's playing the Jets defense, they've allowed 290 passing yards for the away games. So I really like Mitch Trubisky for this upcoming matchup. And also, he's only owned in 67% of leagues. So if you don't have him, pick him up.
Yeah,
pick him up.
That number definitely jumped up last week. I think my fantasy football advice for Big Game Mitch paid off there, Jack.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone listens to you. So.
Well, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Anyway,
continue. The numbers
please, Jack.
All right.
I'd like to hear your
I'm going to give you an actual fantasy advice here. Andrew Luck.
Please,
all right?
Jack.
He is a good quarterback. He's basically the only one on that Colts team right now. He has thrown for 15 touchdowns over 4 games. Okay? Over 4 games. And that was without T.Y. Hilton or Jack Doyle. Guess what? They're going to be back. They are back these upcoming weeks. So how much better is Andrew Luck going to get? The answer is a lot better, okay? Those are both weapons that can expand his ability, and the Raiders have allowed multiple touchdown games to every quarterback this year except for Case Keenum, who is not very good when you compare him to Andrew Luck, franchise quarterback. I mean, come on.
No, Jack, I'm going to give you credit. That is a pretty good pick this week. You both have some pretty solid picks. But y'all are sleeping on Jameis Winston.
Who?
From week 6 to 7, Winston has topped the NFL in attempts with 80, passing yards 760, and ranks second in completions with 62.
But he's not good.
He's my number 2. So
hey, he's also amassed 380 yards, passing yards, and 2.5 total touchdowns per game. So, this man, he had a bad week last week and still put up solid fantasy football numbers.
That's because he was playing Browns.
He's a strong play versus the Cincinnati Bengals
who
defense this
Jack?
coming week. Yeah, Jack, who is he playing?
Who was he playing last week?
He was playing the Browns.
All right.
He was playing the Browns.
And he was bad against the Browns. I'm going to be right honest.
He still led
He beat them, but people
he
can
still
beat
led all my quarterbacks.
He's number two QB for me this weekend. So I'm not sleeping on him, but I had to shine light on Mitch Trubisky.
Oh yeah. Well, let's
sorry, not sorry.
Let's move right into running backs here.
All right.
Jack, we'll start with you.
All right, finally. Okay. Thank you, Seth. Number 1 we got here, James White at Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo, they have okay defense at home, first of all. That's it. But this game will be a close one, I think. And Buffalo can be easily manipulated by Brady because Tom Brady's experienced. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's getting into with this Buffalo defense. They're going to be prepared, and with Mitchell out, White will get a lot more rushing opportunities, along with his stellar receiving opportunities, which is what he's known for.
Yeah.
So I think he's a good pick this week.
Yeah, Brady was kind of throwing a little bit of shade at Buffalo this coming week too. So
Because they're not good.
We'll see what happens
Simple
there.
as that.
Josh, who do you have for running back?
All right, this week I have Kareem Hunt. Since week 4, he's been averaging 27.5 fantasy points per game. He's going to be home this weekend, and he's facing the Denver defense, who has given up the second most yards in the run game with 1,037 yards, which is a significant amount. A team that has also averaged 148 yards for the rushing game per game. So, and that is about what he averages per game as well. So I think this week's gonna be huge for him. He's great with the passing game, rushing game. He's everything. Since week 5, he's averaged almost 2 touchdowns per game, 18 attempt carries, 5 receptions, and averaging 148 yards. This is like these are like per game. So like.
This man came ready to play today, Jack.
Oh
you better step up your game, man.
I'm just saying, his ability to contribute to this team, and they're playing Denver, so like, you might as well start this. Everyone's starting him regardless,
All right,
but expect
Hun,
him to have
Hun, that's enough.
expect him to
That's
have
enough.
numbers. All
Jack,
right?
you got to step up your game here, man.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
have
move
numbers.
on to wide receivers.
Okay, Josh. AJ Green versus Tampa Bay. Tampa is the 29th worst defense against fantasy receivers. He's going to go off. He's the #1 Bengals receiver. Ready? I'll give you a stat here, Seth.
I'm listening.
Cincinnati passes the ball at 66% times a clip. You know what? That's 6th best in the league. So you're getting a lot of opportunities for one of the best wide receivers on that team. And Andy Dalton's not
I'd
the
argue he's
best
the
wide
best,
receiver.
yeah.
I mean, if you want to Tyler Boyd, no.
No.
So Andy Dalton's not that bad of a quarterback anyway.
It's
So
Andy Dalton. Let's not make him to be some kind
all
of
right,
superstar.
fine. Josh,
This week I have Mike Evans blowing up. For the people that own Mike Evans, you know that he can be a boom or bust. But let me assure you, this week he's going to be a boom.
Ooh.
People are uncertain about like the Jameis Winston, and Mike Evans' ability
they should be.
to make plays. But, last week versus Cleveland Browns, he was targeted with 11 targets, 7 receptions, and 107 yards, and that was 17.7 fantasy points. So, and now they're playing Kansas City, and they're playing. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me look at this sheet real quick and
All right.
smooth over my facts.
Okay, so we're gonna go
Evans
right.
is playing. He's playing Cincinnati Bengals, who has given up the 19th most receptions, and they're
He's boom or bust. He's gonna bust.
no, they're playing
You can't
Cincinnati
trust
Bengals,
this
Hey, when
guy.
you have
which is the third worst defensive receivers.
When you have Jameis Winston
So-
at the helm, I mean, that's a pretty good combo right there. But, fellas, we have about a minute left. Let's hear tight ends quick.
Jimmy
Jack.
Graham at the Rams here. I'll tell you what, he has feasted, num, in the past 2 games.
Sorry,
I hate
I
that.
don't wanna
Num,
see
num,
that or
num,
think of
num,
it
num.
again.
All right, 11 receptions for 180 yards, and the Rams have let this position walk all over them.
Jack,
You're
let me
looking
please
at Jared
cut you
Cook and
off.
George Kittle.
All right, Jared Cook, which is who I'm going to be talking about right now, arguably the safest option for that otherwise shaky Oakland offense. So I think that's going to be the safest option for Derek Carr to be passing the ball to Jared Goff, not Jared Goff.
Derek
Jared,
Carr.
No, Jared Cook. My God.
Well-
But start this man, and he guarantee will be a boom this week.
Well, fellas, both some great picks right there. Listen to these
I was
guys.
better.
It'll help you out this week. Anyway, we'll be right back after the break with some waiver wire pickups. You're watching Fantasy Factor here on WTOP 10.
Is how are you, precious? Okay.
Take out the precious. It's way too cheesy.
Okay, yeah.
Just go,
sure.
hey, how are you?
Nope.
How's your day?
Yeah.
Don't be cheesy.
Yeah, I figured.
So, what'd she say?
She's still typing. I'm not sure. She never takes this long.
I wouldn't worry about it. Give it a few minutes.
Okay.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me. Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
And welcome back to Fantasy Factor, where you all have the misfortune of listening to Jack Geddes try and give you fantasy football advice.
It is true.
Anyway, let's get right into waiver wire pickups for this week. Jack, we'll start with you.
Okay. Want to know why? Because it's good stuff. You're listening to good stuff out of my mouth. All right. Let me tell you, pick up Derek Carr. The man is only owned in 14.9% of leagues, and you're asking yourself, you know what? How is he going to produce now that the AC is gone from AC/DC? And I'm going to tell you, he's going to produce, okay? Pick him up for this week. Against the Colts, it's going to be a shootout. The Colts have allowed their opponent to score an average of 32 points, disregarding the Bills because the Bills only scored 5, and they're not really a good team with Derek Anderson at the helm.
Let me ask you, though, who does he have to throw to?
He's got Jared Cook.
I mean, but like
Jalen Richard?
That's about
His
it.
number one receiver
I mean,
out the door.
I can see Jared Cook having a game, but Derek Carr?
All right, let me add to that. He
Go ahead.
will go off.
Great.
Is that what you had
That's
to
a
add?
great, you know what?
Great-
that was a
Oh,
dynamite
you know
drop.
what?
in
Here we
there.
Great
go.
addition
Wanna know
there.
why?
That broadcasting school's really paid off.
No, all right. You want to know why?
My
Because
God.
you should pick up
All right,
Martavius Bryant as
please.
well, because he's going to pick up the slack of AC/DC, okay? He's going to pick up the slack. It's going to be DCAMB for some reason, but
Jack,
if that
Jack,
makes
you're
sense.
You gotta stop throwing around all these letters, man. You're gonna confuse people.
You're hurting
confusing
yourself.
myself.
You're
Jack.
hurting yourself.
You're hurting your brain, Jack. I don't even know if you're capable.
Let's hear what you got to
of-
say,
of
Mr.
keeping that all up there.
You're
All
right, Jack.
so
Let's hear what you got.
Who you got to pick up this weekend is Taylor Gabriel. He's the wide receiver for the Chicago Bears, and he's only owned in 59% of leagues. So, and with Mitch Trubisky starting to make those big throw plays, and Taylor Gabriel being on the receiving end of those plays, I really think they're going to be able to do some great things this upcoming weekend playing against the Jets. The Jets have allowed. They're arguably one of the worst teams right now. They're arguably one of the worst teams, first off, but they're definitely one of the worst defenses because they have given up 179 receptions this year.
Stats.
These are stats, Jack. Fresh stats. They have given up 179 receptions this year and 1,995 yards to receivers.
Oof.
All right, so here's what I'm saying.
getting heated.
Not only is this man not on your team, he should be started this week.
I'm seeing a
Pick
Bears,
him up.
I'm seeing a
Ooh.
Bears theme right now. We got the
Pick
inner
him up.
Bear coming out of Josh Craig right here
you
on
add
Fantasy
Trubisky,
Factor.
you add Trubisky, you add that Gabriel and his receptions are gaining more and more each week, and you add the Jets defense into that. This man is getting points this week. Pick him up, put him as the flex.
What are you going
spot.
to do if he busts? Which
If he busts, I will come next week and I will apologize. But you know, that's something that's not going to happen because he's not busting. Pick him up.
Josh Craig right now is like one of those jack-in-the-box things where you like keep going, you keep going. It's
You're
not
winding
working. No, you're winding it up, and it's just not popping.
You're not pushing me down because Taylor Gabriel is your guy this week.
Stop talking
You're
about
the
Taylor
flex
Gabriel.
spot
He's not
boy.
that good. Okay. All right, we're going to go
good.
on. I've got a better person for you to pick up, Kenyon Barner. Okay? This guy is only owned in 16.2% of leagues. He's getting picked up a lot this week, and for good reason. With Sony Michel down, Barner will garner a lot. Barner will garner. Come on, I like that.
You really were practicing that one last
I
night,
was
weren't
in the
you, Jack?
mirror, and it looked good.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So Barner will garner a lot of the first down carries in this situation. And James White, as we said before, he's only going to be there for receptions. That's what he does. Okay.
He does run the ball as well, but I mean, he is focused for receptions.
He's good at it.
That's what you're trying to talk.
He's good at it, but he's not.
That's
not
where he
an
picks up the
every
yards,
down
but he does run the ball. So
He's
don't.
one of the most
Barner-
under-the-radar players on that.
I wouldn't even say
Barner-
he's under the radar. This man,
I'm talking-
is 6 for running backs. He's averaging like 22 fantasy points like each week, which is a lot.
Who
of
are you
points.
talking about?
We're talking about James White.
I'm talking about Kenyon Barner. Okay.
Which
Can
is
you
terrible
listen
pick.
to me?
Terrible pick. Oh my gosh.
As I said, Patriots are a really good running team, and this man is one of the fastest players in the NFL. Enough said.
It's a
Enough
good
said.
pick. It's a good pick. Josh, who else do you have?
What do you have?
It hurts my brain to listen to this man. But you know, for all you people out there that are struggling with a kicker and don't know who
Who is
to
struggling
pick
with a
up,
kicker?
You know, I feel like the kicker position is the most slept on because people will like, besides defense obviously, because you like defense is like you
slept
don't
on.
know.
It's 'cause they're the
but
worst.
kicker, there's a lot of potential to pick up points there. And this man is only owned in 44% of leagues. Jason Myers, he's the #1 ranked kicker in in fantasy right now. Pick him up. Get rid of the garbage kicker that you have right now. Pick up Jason Myers. If you're struggling with the kicker, even if you're not, Justin Tucker's like 12 fantasy ranked right now. He's doing good. This man is averaging like 12 points a game. Do yourself a favor. Pick this man up.
Don't pick him up.
He could
Don't
be.
waste a spot on this guy.
He could be.
You know what? For a waiver wire pick, I mean, this man,
He could be the points that you're missing right now in your team. He could be the points you're missing.
Let's everyone just calm down for a sec. This man is entering some uncharted waters here. Putting a kicker,
That's what I do.
A kicker
That's
out
what I
there
do.
on the waiver wire.
That is what I do.
You know, hey, it's not a bad way to go. I know a lot of you guys have kickers that are on a bye week. And
This man's played rugby too much. He's
true,
gotten a couple concussions, let's be honest.
Jack,
I've gotten 0 concussions.
Let's save the insults for later in the show.
Do yourself a picker.
We'll be right back after the break with some more fantasy football advice. You're watching Fantasy Factor on WTOP 10.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
And welcome back to Fantasy Factor. Here we will have two equally projected players. Jack and Josh are each going to debate who should start and who should sit. First off, let's start off with quarterbacks here. Tom Brady against the Buffalo Bills and Matt Stafford against the Seattle Seahawks. Jack, we'll start off with you. Who do you got?
All right, I got Matt Stafford here.
What?
And
Matt Stafford?
Yeah, Matt Stafford.
In this
Let
matchup?
me tell you why. All right, okay, calm down there, Joshy boy. All right, let me tell you. People are skeptical of Matt Stafford this week. All right, versus Seattle, it's kind of noticeable, but he has more weapons than Brady, and Buffalo's defense is underrated. You can't fight that. You can't. Buffalo's at home. They can get to Tom Brady.
Are you arguing against Tom Brady? Are you arguing for Matt Stafford? I'm confused, Jack.
It's the Saints versus.
I mean, but
you're supposed to do both.
All right, I'm going. Please, do not listen to Jack.
Please listen
ladies
to
and
me.
gentlemen, boys and
gonna
girls. Please go with Tom Brady in this matchup. He's going against Buff, which yes, they are slept on, but they're Buffalo. It's Tom Brady. He has weapons. You were arguing his running back just
It's his running back.
a
That's
short
not
while
Tom
ago.
Brady.
You were arguing that
But that's not
James
Tom
White.
Brady.
You were
That's
arguing
James White.
Can I talk, Jack?
No, because you're talking stupid
Do you
stuff.
mind if I talk really quick in this versus?
Go ahead. Go ahead. See what you have to say.
In his defense, it does say Jack and Josh will be able to debate this.
In this, you were just arguing to me that James White is, of course, a great running back, but of course, a receiver. Okay, Jack? So you can't debate with me right now that he is going to be an option and he's going to be getting points. They're both going to be getting points. They're going to be getting
James
points.
White,
They're both
it's
going to
Tom
help each
Brady.
Fellas,
When you throw the ball,
fellas,
Jack, oh my, please.
let's
please
move on
to
to the next
one. Tom
one
Brady,
here.
ladies and gentlemen, please pick him
You
over.
can't really argue against the GOAT, but Jack here is
cannot.
trying to do that.
Yes, you can.
Anyway, let's stick with the quarterback theme here. We have Mitch Trubisky against the New York Jets versus Andrew Luck against the Oakland Raiders. I think I have a feeling of who you both are going to go with here. But Jack, we'll start with you.
All right, Andrew Luck, baby. Let's be honest. He is the only Colts person. I've talked about him a little bit early, but he will be amazing in this game. They're the 5th most passing team, the Colts. He's got a lot of opportunities, and he's a good player.
All right.
Nothing else to say.
All right, Josh.
I mean, I've already had him as my bus, Mitchell Trubisky. Like this man is averaging 34 points a week since week 4. He has averaged 34 points. How can you bet against this man? He has weapons. He's a great quarterback. I do not understand how you can bet against this man.
Andrew
He has
Luck
the run.
is better.
He can run.
Andrew Luck
he
is
can
a better
throw.
quarterback.
That's it. That's all I have.
Andrew Luck is better.
All right, let's move on
That's not
to
true.
running
That's not
backs
true.
here. We have Christian McCaffrey versus the Baltimore Ravens and Tariq Cohen.
Yeah.
Who do we have this
All
week,
right,
Jack?
I'm rolling with my boy Tariq Cohen.
Great spelling there, by the way.
All right, both are projected 17 points, but I don't think Christian McCaffrey is going to be too good in this game. Tariq Cohen has gone off in the recent games. The past 3 weeks, he's gotten 20 or more points. I think you roll with him this week.
All right, Josh?
I mean, they're both going to be doing pretty well. I like both of them this week. You know, Tariq Cohen, he's been having positive forward progression. But you know, I'm gonna have to go with the undecided here, Christian McCaffrey.
What?
Please go with this
Undecided?
man. The people. I mean, he has been doing not as so hot like the last weeks, but you got to go with this man because he's
All right.
He's a great receiver. He's a great running back.
All right.
This man is being used, and you know. They're playing the Ravens, which is like they're one of the best.
Making me
They're one
cringe here, Josh.
Please let me talk, Jack.
No!
Please they're playing the Ravens, which is one of the best defenses for passing yards. So you're going to play the running back, which is going to be getting the points for this team. Please do yourself a favor. Please,
It's a
do not
Bears
listen to this
Patriots
man.
theme over here in the Josh Craig camp this week. You know, fellas, we have about 30 seconds left here. We'll do a quick one. James White at Buffalo versus Kenjon Barner.
Kenjon Barner, baby!
Please do not listen to this man.
Kenjon
Whatever you're saying
Barner!
is terrible. It is garbage. Throw
All right.
it out.
Can
Go
you
with
trust
James
a
White.
man
Do
in that
yourself a
haircut?
favor.
Jack,
America.
Jack, 5 seconds, go.
His mushroom top, you can't believe him.
5 seconds, Josh, go.
What did you say?
Okay, ladies and
I'm so
gentlemen,
mad at this man.
Thank you all so much. We'll be right back after the break for some more fantasy football advice. Don't go away.
My God, Jack, I hate you. What did you say? What was your question?
Hey, good morning, James.
James, wake up. It's Rise and Shine time. James, Rise and Shine. James, wake up. We're starting the show.
Good morning and welcome back to Rise and Shine at 9. I'm James Gattato here with your next update.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
If you think trains will stop if they see a car on the tracks, you're right. They will. About a mile after they hit you. Stop. Trains can't.
And welcome back to Fantasy Factor. I no idea where Jack Geddes went.
know,
I mean, we're back, and
that's
he's
okay
nowhere
with me,
to be
though.
found.
That's
you know?
okay with me. It's probably
It's probably better for everyone. Oh,
Jack,
whoa,
there
he is.
Get your eyes on
disregard what
Mr.
we
Jack
said.
Geddes. All right, let me tell you my bold predictions for this week.
Boy.
Oh, you ready for
Can't
this?
wait for this. I was not
If
told
you
about
have
this.
Amari Cooper, trade him. He is
Trade him?
He is not going to be good.
Oh
He is
my
not going
God.
to be good for the Cowboys. All right, simple
He's going to get the ball.
simple as this. All right, let me tell you.
Why do you think they got him, Jack?
Jack,
He's
first
not
off,
the
don't-
savior in
Jack, don't
Cowboys.
stand in front of the TV. My God,
All right, he's
Jack.
not the savior for the Cowboys. Let me tell you. A, he will not be fully engaged in the system throughout the season.
The
okay?
system, Jack?
Yes, the system.
My
He
God.
is
All right.
the system.
Do you know
B.
anything about football,
B,
Jack?
Dallas passes on
My
only
God.
54% of their plays. That is one of the league's worst. He's not going to get a lot of value for that.
Why do you think
C,
they went and they
Dak-
got him?
Dak Prescott's not good at passing.
It's have
Simple as that.
receivers.
I'm not saying that Amari Cooper is bad. I'm saying the Cowboys are, and that Dak Prescott can't throw the ball.
My God.
All right, my next. Alfred Blue will take Alfred Blue will take over the main running back's duties in Houston.
What are you talking
over
about?
Lamar Miller. Every game he's played
I just
in,
traded for Lamar Miller. I can't have it.
Seth, that is not a
This
good
man is
idea.
making-
This is why you should talk to me before you complete your trades.
Dude, I will never
All right.
talk to you about
He is
any
going-
fantasy advice ever, Jack.
He is going to take over whenever Alfred Blue is in the game. He is just more energetic, and it's the Texans' offense just thrives with him rather than Lamar Miller.
Jack, this is going swimmingly right now. You're doing,
All right.
you're
These are
doing
definitely
great,
bold
my man.
predictions, Jack.
My goodness.
Bold,
All right.
bold indeed.
Calvin Benjamin goes off.
You said
went
this
off,
last week, Jack, and,
and
it was,
guess
it
what he
was
did?
wrong.
He got 11 points, the best game of
11
his
points is
season.
not
11
going
It's the
off,
best game of
Jack.
the season. He's only going to get
Oh
better.
my
Let me
God,
tell
11
you.
points. Sign me up. Jack, it's the same story every week with this man. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You're a Browns fan, Jack.
All right. Well, Derek Anderson is at the helm of Buffalo, and he has good rapport with my boy Calvin Benjamin here. And let's just say he will go off. You pick him up and you start him this week. All right? That's simple. And I got a question for you, Seth. Can we have a little show a little clip here earlier? What are you looking at? This happened in the Thursday night news
Let me
here
explain.
earlier in the studio.
I can explain.
Is the camera here?
I really can't explain, honestly.
I mean, you gotta hit your.
Look at this. This is
your
the
cues,
live
Jack.
shot from you.
I'm
What are you
sad-
looking at?
I'm
What does
sad
this
that-
have to do with fantasy football,
I'm
Jack?
just-
This is
I'm
Fantasy
just-
Factor.
I'm just saying.
I was in my own fantasy there, okay? Jack?
Do you trust this
It's his-
man to
it's
give
his
you
angle
proper
right there.
fantasy?
I'm the host.
It's his angle right there, you know? All right.
Okay.
Is that all
fine.
you have to say? Are those all your bold predictions?
Those are my bold predictions
All right,
for the
come
week.
back and sit down. My God, I'm sorry you had to hear that,
So let
ladies
me
and
get
gentlemen.
this straight.
Disregard everything this man just told you. My God.
Hold on. I just want to get something straight here. So, because you realized that your bold predictions was going to be the worst thing to happen to our show, you decided to take a screenshot of me not paying attention during news.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
I'm
That-
sorry you had to see
what
that.
did you
Just-
have?
That is
It
lower
probably
than
won't
low,
be.
Jack.
That block will probably not be
What did
returning.
you have wrong?
So you're welcome.
Honestly, I liked it. I had a great time with it.
What
I
did
mean,
you have problem with Amari Cooper?
You know, here's my thing. I liked that because it shows the people why they should listen to myself and Josh over you.
You know why I like Amari Cooper? Because Dak can throw the ball. Newsflash, he's a quarterback in the NFL, does an amazing job. This man, I think he's, what is he?
Yeah?
What is he, like 15? He's ranked like number 15
has-
right now. Ain't increasing. With Amari Cooper, I think he's going to be probably he's going to be averaging top 10
He has a
numbers. So
3-point
please stop talking, Jack.
He is a
Please, you
3-point
had your time.
You did have your time. You had
My
a lot
God.
of it, too.
You had
Enough
a
time
lot
to
of your
make a
time,
graphic of me not paying attention.
He has Ezekiel
I don't-
Elliott. He has Amari Cooper
Fantasy
now.
football, Jack. You signed
Triple
up
threat.
for fantasy football.
I'm
Triple
saying
threat.
this. If you have Amari Cooper, you got to trade him.
No,
All right?
no. Why would you trade him?
All
Everyone.
right. We're done. We're done. Fine.
Well, I guess
My
we are
God.
done here this week. I'm sorry you all had to listen to Jack with those picks. But you know what? If you did like him, pick up who he said. Trade who he said, I guess. Josh, great work as well.
Thank you so
We had a
much.
great